Welcome back to Adri's Homestead Live. It is 9th of April 2023 and we are going to do the April garden tour. Look how beautiful my tulips are. What a different range, variety in colors. Absolutely beautiful. I thought I really wanted to show you this. I've put these tulip bulbs in here a couple of years ago and they are coming back every year stronger and stronger. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna expand and we're gonna go along the garden. Alongside, they're doing really good as well. They're not out yet, but they're not far off. So while we're here, let's start the tour just around the tulips. So just next to the tulips, we've got the covered area. I've got 3 rows of broad beans. What they've started as plants in a module trays in a greenhouse, and then it's been transplanted out about a couple of weeks ago. They're doing really well. They're not in flower yet, but they are very close, and I'm okay with that because we are having quite a bit of a frost still. We had -5, -6. This morning was +2. So it's really cold and chilly night we still got. Next to the broad beans at the moment, we've got an empty area. So it's nothing in there yet. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put there. Okay, this way I have, if you look alongside here, I've got some more tulips coming. And next to the tulips I've got daffodils. They did not flower this year. So, yeah. And I've also got a row of daffodil here. But it's only 2 flowered, and this is my absolute favorite. You have to see this. This is my absolute favorite daffodil. It's called Double Tahiti. Look how pretty this flower is. So beautiful. Right, so this is my flower bed. It really shrunk because all this area used to be flowers, and now I shrunk it to this tiny area. So we might gonna have a few popping up over there, but yeah, hopefully this is gonna be a nice area later on to show you. This side we've got mostly the onions and a few rows of garlic. I'm really happy with them. They've been covered for most of the winter and I've just took the cover off now and they are doing really well. I did weed in between, but I think it's more keep coming up, so I just have to keep on top of it. And these light green colored ones are some volunteer lettuces. Also behind me I've got 2 rows of onions. Looking really good. I'm really happy with that. Inside the tunnel I've got homemade compost all along. This side is at the moment empty. I haven't got anything in it. I will be planting probably the squash in here. And this side we've got, I must have run out because I've got onions just until here. These one are the white onion bulbs. Also one more thing, I'm not sure if you remember, but we planted together, actually sowed some peas, and you know what, I can only see 2, so I think the rest was the dinner for the mice or the birds. But I've got a backup in the module trays in a greenhouse, so I'll be transplanting the peas outside, so we might grow peas in here. We'll see. Probably we will. Okay, next we've got the potato patch. I've done these potatoes now. This is now planted. I planted the potatoes a few days ago. I've got all the main crops in here: Cara, Heidi and Sappho Axona. So that's all potatoes. So fingers crossed that we're gonna have a good harvest this year. My red hot poker is looking good, coming back. I cannot wait for these flowers in the summer. The brassica cage is still as it was last month. It's been empty. Literally, we actually prepped the bed now. We got homemade compost on both sides. I've decided to have a path in here in the middle, and that's gonna be my planting area. I still haven't harvested my purple sprouting broccoli. That really needs harvesting. But yeah, I was thinking about to put the brassica out, but they're not strong and big enough yet, so I thought maybe a few more weeks before we plant them out, and it's still very cold for those young tender plants. The herb garden or the herb area is looking pretty overgrown. I think we need to do a bit more work to do in here. Also, this side is empty. I left this mullein bunch in here, but I'm not sure I'm gonna plant in here yet. I keep changing my mind, but yeah, I haven't sown the carrot, the parsnip yet, so I really need to do that. Also, I've got baby plants in the greenhouse. I've got beetroot, need to come out soon, and I've got lots in the greenhouse. In this tunnel, I've got halfway through, we've got, or less than half, just maybe the quarter of the way it's onion, and then it's the more bushy looking one that's coming up now. These are the shallot, so they are now coming up really nicely. In between the little plants, all the calendulas coming up. Inside the tunnel, I've got all the garlic, so it's not much change. It's gonna be the bean arch. So I haven't sown the beans yet. I'm gonna do it next week. This is just prepped. I've got a whole row of shallot in here, and the first early potatoes, they didn't come up yet, so I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe the frost had it, just not noticed it, I don't know, but this area is a bit of on a, I don't know what to think. So I've also got some screaming kids in the background, the neighbors. A couple of rows of garlic. I'm happy with those, they're doing really well. This side, I've got garlic and leek. Leek now needs harvesting. I really need to harvest the leek now before they're gonna send flowering, gonna start flowering, gonna send shoots up. But yeah, it's, to be honest, it's not much different in a garden because it has been cold. I didn't have a great success with my turnip and swede. They're now all going to seed, and to be honest, it's not much underneath, so I just left it. So this is gonna be animal food now, chickens and for the goats. And when I clear all this, that's where probably I'm gonna put the carrot and a parsnip. This is gonna be a path. So if you stand here and you look back, it's gonna be the path all along. And the last bit of the garden, this is now cleared and ready to sow. And this bit again, it's been overgrown with some chamomile, and that needs attention, that needs weeding. And unfortunately it looked so well, this, well, I thought it was cauliflower and cabbage, but it's looking now, it's sending flower up. So yeah, it's not looking great. But what is looking great, these beautiful tulips again. Good morning. I'm just making a coffee. I'm using instant, just of course the coffee, just a bit of goat's milk, yesterday's, and just pour it over. Simple and easy, nice and easy today. That's perfect. I'm also making tea, strawberry and vanilla, and green tea, and a bit of ginger and sour cherry. Right, I run out of water. I have to fill the kettle up in a sec and finish off pouring the tea. Let's see. I made cheese today. Not today, yesterday, sorry. So that's the cheese mold. Take it out. Let's see what cheese we made. I'll feed the dogs in a minute. I'm making some funny noise. Right. So I'll just try to take this out of the mold now and see what cheese we made. Goat's cheese. Ta-da! Look at it! That's not bad, not bad. The goat's cheese is done. Perfect. Just put it in there and wash up. Wash this up. Wash this nice and clean. The cheese press. Ready to go for next time. And while we're here, I've been to sell. I've got all sorts going there. But what I am impressed with, we've got these sweet potato shoots coming along nicely now. Oop, that's it. You see? Looking good. So I've already had a few. I mean, this one I show you what I do with. Actually, it's ready. So that root. So this is now fairly tall, long shoot. So I just snip it off. Literally just take it off like that. Put this back to the water where it was. And then this one can go in just a glass jar with water. I've got some borage in there, needs to go out really. So I'll just change the water, nice and fresh, cool water. I like to clean the jar, like that. There we go. Maybe half full, just under half full. And so these ones that they were previously put in there, maybe last week, just a little, I'm not sure if you can see, it's not really good, not really good, sorry. But you know, you just put this in a jars, like that. So, I've already got these in roots now. I can see a little bit of the roots here. There you go, woo! So they go in there. This one actually, just snip it off. That's it. Perfect. Right. Put it back on the windowsill. I've got another one going there. Look. And the coriander is doing really well. Needs water in. Water to coriander. Okay, let's feed the sourdough starter. So, feeding the sourdough starter. Started feeding daily now. So, 1/4 cup of lukewarm water. Just goes all over. And then 3 times 1/8 of a cup. Just the bread flour. and give it a good stir. Give it a good stir. Make sure that towel I'm covering with it's nice and wet, and a little tray that sit in it. It's got filled with water up to the rim, so the towel not gonna dry out. To dry out on the top. So that's it. All nice and moist now. All the flour cooperated. Okay, that's done. Welcome to the conservatory. So all these plants still under grow light and still living in a house, in a conservatory in mid-April. I just want to show you how beautifully the winter squash have germinated. Look how wonderful. They're looking like amazing. Crown Prince, Jumbo Pink Banana, Queensland Blue. Ooh. Honestly, most of my squash, you know, everything we planted together, gherkins, everything germinated. And all these peppers and chilies are now really desperately need to pot on and literally go out, because I can see the flower. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I can see the flower pods are now forming. So these pepper and chili plants will be, this is the Napier. The pointy red, I think this is. It's gonna be in flower soon, so I haven't even started to do my comfrey fertilizer. So yeah, I've got lots to do the next few days, few weeks. Even all this okra is doing well at the moment. My loofah, it's now attached to this rack. So I've got the nasturtium, this is the cabbage, I've separated. It's lots of, I'm transplanting loads and loads and loads now every day. So even the tomatoes are now huge. This is the San Marzano too, that really needs now potting on and transplanting very soon. But it can't go yet, it's still got a month to go. So what I'm gonna have to do when I put them on, or I might won't even put them on now, I just keep my eye on a forecast. It is about mid-April now, so at least a month before they can go to the polytunnel. So I might put them, some of them, keep them here on a windowsill, and some of them I might put in a greenhouse. And if it's a coldish night on a horizon, I just put the greenhouse heater on. But yeah, everything's looking really good so far, really good. Which one is this? Zitava. It's looking so nice and healthy and strong. Really happy with them. What I've noticed yesterday already, the aphids. You know when you notice, let's just try find one with curled up leaves. Like in here, it's clearly visible in this pointy red. If you can see those leaves in the middle, like shriveled up. Can you see? It's not nice and smooth, but it's shriveled up. This one. That's aphid damage, that is. So I really need to start looking under the leaves. And if I see them, I need to remove it. Yeah, I can see them on it. And that's what it is. I really need to keep my eye. Leaf curls, and then they're usually inside. Yeah, so this is something I really need to keep my eye on. And I'll just usually remove them. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. And we've done quite a bit. So I've done the garden tour, I've done it nice and early. We probably will do it again, hopefully soon. And yeah, See you very soon. Happy gardening, everybody. Bye bye.